Hey guys, Novacast here, and today I'm bringing to you guys a highly anticipated sniper tips video. So, seeing that the new playlist, Sniper Shootout, has come out, I thought this was a perfect opportunity for me to actually showcase all of these weapons. So I've actually gathered each one of them right here to show off in this video. So I'm going to be giving examples with clips, seeing that it's very hard to actually show sniper examples real time, but we will be going over lead, and basically how many little ticks you have to shoot above people's heads to hit them in certain situations for each of these weapons. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so first up, we're going to be talking about the bolt action. This is the best sniper, and this is the sniper you guys want to get used to using. If you guys get used to using the sniper, it makes things a lot easier, seeing that if you hit headshots with this, it's a one-shot. The rest of them, most of the time it is a one-shot, but it's not guaranteed, seeing that nothing out of the other snipers actually does more than 200 damage. This sniper does 200 plus damage with a headshot, meaning that it can actually knock someone with one shot. Alright guys, so for the bolt action sniper rifle, we're going to be going over drop off right now. So with the bolt action, if you have the high ground on someone and you're shooting down upon them, you do not actually have to worry about putting your reticle a little bit higher above their head, because you don't really have to compensate for drop off. Sure, if the person is super far away, then it's different, but if they're relatively close to you, you can just aim directly at them. The same thing works if they're approximately 100 meters away, and you just have to get good at judging this distance. It's approximately this tree right here. You can just aim directly at them, and that's where the bullet will hit. But the problems start to arise when they're farther away. And the general rule of thumb is, I'll put an arrow to it, the first tick or the second tick is the only tick you will ever be using in terms of the sniper rifle at an effective range. So I will give examples of where you would use the first tick and where you would use the second tick. Alright, so right here would be a perfect example of where you actually use the first tick when you're shooting someone. As you can see right here, he's a relatively far distance away, but I'm shooting downhill. So I don't actually have to compensate with two ticks, I just line up one and shoot him. So if you're shooting downhill, you actually only have to use one tick and you just compensate accordingly. In this clip, I'm actually going to use two ticks. This is because I'm shooting uphill and it's pretty much the same distance as the previous clip, but seeing that he's uphill, I need to use two ticks. I'll show you another example of this. Right here, I'm shooting uphill, so I need to use two ticks. This person is probably a little bit farther away than 100 meters, so that's the distance where you're going to actually have to use two ticks, just as I did right there. Alright guys, the next thing I actually want to go over is the lead with the sniper rifle. So lead is obviously placing your reticle slightly in front of the person, say the tree is a person, so they'll actually run into your shot. This is actually very, very hard to get used to, but I'll do my best to just explain it with examples. So yeah. This right here is an actual perfect example of me leading my shot. So I line up the shot exactly where I think he's going to run, and he runs right into it. So again, this isn't something that you can just pick up very quickly. You need to get used to the physics of the sniper rifle to actually start leading your shots. But again, you just want to place your reticle in front of the person. That's all I can really say. Alright, so another strategy I actually want to discuss real quick is counter sniping. This is when someone shoots a grenade or a rocket at you, and you actually snipe them while they're peeking their head out of their base. So this is a very effective strategy if you're caught in a bad position, seeing that it actually is very applicable, seeing that it takes a couple seconds for the grenade or the rocket to actually hit you. So it gives you an opportunity to snipe the person as they're just peeking out and sitting still. So this is a very perfect example of that right here. The guy was shooting me with a rocket, I was just waiting, and I saw his head and I dinged him up. Next up, we're going to be going over the hunting rifle. This weapon is very fun to use, and its fast reload time actually makes it a very hyper-aggressive weapon. So I like to use the hunting rifle while actually pushing people very aggressively. So this is an aggressive type of sniper rifle, and it's one of my favorites other than the bolt. Seeing that there's no actual scope on this weapon, there's no exact way I can actually show you how much this weapon drops off, but just keep in mind the hunting rifle has a very, very large drop off. So when you're shooting people, always anticipate that. If they're close to you, only when they're super close to you, I'd say within 50 meters, and you'll get a basic hang of that. So this tree is approximately 15 meters. The more you play, the more you'll get a hang of it. That's the only time that the hunting rifle will actually hit them dead on. If they're a little bit further away, seeing that bush right there, you're going to actually want to aim pretty high above their head to actually hit them. So if I want to hit the bush, I'd aim approximately right there for it to be a headshot. So there is mega drop off on the hunting rifle, so you want to aim relatively above their head, and I'll show you with clips. So right here is a perfect example of me actually shooting some people with the hunting rifle from a far distance. So they were running towards me, so I aimed a tiny bit above their head, and seeing that there was massive drop off and at the angle I was on, the bullets just cascaded downwards and killed them very easily. This is a better example of drop off. As you'll see right here, I actually aimed way above the person's head. Not way too much, but significantly above the person's head, as you will see. And I just want you guys to keep in mind that the hunting rifle is not a hit scan weapon. It has a lot of drop off, as you can see. Next up, I want to talk about the lead of the hunting rifle. The hunting rifle, seeing that it's a close range weapon, doesn't actually need that much lead in any situation that you're using it in, unless you're super far away and you're just going for random pick shots that don't actually mean anything. So the relative lead is barely in front of them. So if you see someone running, you just want to place your reticle just in front of them so that all 4 of the crosshairs are in front of them, and usually by the time you shoot, they'll run right into the shot. I'll give you examples of this. So this clip is a perfect example of lead with hunting rifle. I just put my 4 crosshairs in front of the person and let him run into my shot. As you can see right here, I hit a perfect headshot by just lining up my 4 crosshairs in front of his head, and I get him with a banger. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Next up, let's go over the auto snipe rifle. The auto snipe is not nearly as good as the bolt action, but it's very useful in certain situations as it still is a long range weapon. The scope distance for the auto and the bolts is pretty much the same, but the fall off for the auto actually is sooner. So you can't shoot as far with the auto sniper rifle, while you can shoot much farther with the regular bolt. The bolt also does a lot more damage, so the problem with the auto is that if you had a headshot, it's not guaranteed to kill them. But again, the benefit of the auto snipe is that you can shoot consistently without actually reloading. Now, what I see people doing a lot with the auto snipe that actually is the worst thing that you can be doing is shooting, spam shooting, just spamming your trigger. You don't want to do this. You want to pace your shots. If you shoot, wait a little bit longer than the given amount to where you can shoot again, and shoot when they're standing still, or line up your shot. If you just wait a little bit, you can actually hit your shots a lot more consistently, and I'll show you clips of this. That's the biggest tip I can actually give for the auto sniper. Right here's the perfect example of actually pacing out the shots with the auto snipe. This was hit by my friend Ali. He's really good with the auto snipe, so yeah, you'll see it right here. He actually utilizes this little ramp perfectly to actually pace out his shots. He just bobs and actually ends up killing his opponent that he's fighting, as you will see right now. So he misses the first shot, but then he bobs for the second shot and times it perfectly. So yeah, just be sure to pace your shots. The lead with the auto sniper is exactly the same as it is with the sniper rifle, so that's all I really have to say about that. Alright guys, so last up I actually want to talk about the crossbow. This is kind of like a sniper rifle, and it's silenced, so that's basically the benefit of it. It's a close range, you don't actually make noise when you shoot. And another upside of the crossbow is it actually has a lot of ammo. It has infinite ammo. But the thing is, I don't use this weapon at all, so I don't have way too many tips for it, but you guys should utilize this if you're running low on ammo or early game. Otherwise, I don't usually recommend running the crossbow, though it is a cool weapon. The lead on this weapon is similar to the hunting rifle, and so is the drop off. So that's pretty much all I can recommend. Just try to imitate the hunting rifle with the crossbow, and you should be fine. So yeah. Alright guys, that's the end of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. This was probably the most difficult tips video for me to make, seeing that it's pretty hard to actually like give tips for the sniper rifle, as it's mainly intuition. But yeah, that's that. If you guys have any questions that you 100% want me to answer, be sure to hit me up on Twitter, because I can't keep up with all the comments nowadays because you guys absolutely destroy it. And I love you for that, but if you guys really want something to be answered, be sure to follow my Twitter and ask me a question. It's NovaCastTV. I pointed to it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. See you guys next time. Peace out. Thank you guys so much for watching. And one last thing, if you guys learned anything from this video, be sure to subscribe, because I'm here to give you tips. Help me out, and I'll help you out. If you subscribe to me, I'll be able to dish out tips for you guys. I'm only going to make you better, so what's the harm? Might as well subscribe. So yeah, that's pretty much it. See you guys next time. Peace out. Bye.
I don't think they're together. Oh, I just missed the kid at East 105. Just missed him.
Do you hide?
Bolt squad.
Oh, I see this other kid.
Oh my god!
I think Sid hit the kid.
Him?
Oh, I
Holy
killed a
fuck.
guy.
254? You're joking me. You're joking.
Record that, Sid.